It's time for your Sandusky Speedway weekly race recap show. Your hosts, Chris Mize and Doug Duck.
Welcome.
Here we are. First off, like always, we do on all our shows that we have. I want to thank our veterans. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do stuff like this, fighting for our freedoms. We appreciate you guys. We know some people don't, but that ain't us. We appreciate the hell out of you. Want to thank our military overseas and homeland, protecting what freedoms we got left. Thank you. And want to thank first responders, police, fire, EMS, doctors, nurses, tow truck drivers. Thank you guys. You know, it was announced COVID's over. So
So everything's good. Everything's back to normal. You can now, if you're a police officer and you're carrying, you can go to Cracker Barrel.
Hey, you're allowed back in
Things are normal.
Cracker Barrel and Tatum Road, but that's another show. So Sunday night, C&D show. Anyways, big night here. A lot of stuff. I'm not going to get it all in. We got one more show before Cavalcade. Just so everybody knows, we got 2 flyers that are going to come out tomorrow up on the website. We know what's up on the website. And one flyer is going to be for Saturday only. That flyer will give the divisions. You know, the ones that are run preliminaries, just qualifying in heat races, Doug. And then we got features Saturday night. And we're going to come out with Sundays, what's running. And yes, Jim Hanks and Brent Seelman. We'll get that to you tomorrow when I make that up, a schedule of events. So here's what we got going on now, Doug. Tell me, correct me if I miss one. Late models.
Yes.
Modifieds. Must see Midwest Light Crate Series. Sprints. 602 Sprints. Ohio Wheelman Series. National Compact Touring Series. North Coast Stock Series. Renegade Stock Series. Beginner Stocks. Barberton Compacts. Ace Racing League will be there on Sunday. And what we threw in was the trophy stock division at Barberton Speedway is the same rule package. There might be slight differences as the Painesville Rising Stars and Warrior division. So what we're going to do is you 3 can run together. If there is a little bit of discrepancy in the rule book from one place to another on that, Doug, the most lenient rule will apply between the 3 divisions. So trophy stocks from Barberton, Rising Star and Warrior division from Painesville. You guys will be running Saturday night only. It's Larry Justice. I'm getting out there. Been a lot of shit going on in my life right now, Doug. But so
is that 10 divisions or 11?
I believe it's 11.
Right.
But Ace runs on Sunday, and the Trophy Stock deal runs on Trophy Stock, Rising Star, and Warriors will run on Saturday night only. Okay. So, with that being said, what we got going on, late models, modifieds. North Coast Stock Series. You guys will be running preliminaries heat races on Saturday night with your features on Sunday. Ohio Wheelman Series will run their heat races qualifying on Saturday night. They have a buy-in race that they'll do on Saturday night and features on Sunday. National Compact Series will run qualifying heat races on Saturday night and a feature. And they will line up for Sunday. I'm not sure if we're qualifying them or not. I think we are, Doug, and then just a feature. North Coast Stock Series. Some pretty big money went up. You guys will run your heat race qualifying on Saturday night, feature on Sunday. I know I'm missing a whole bunch here. Renegade Stock Series. You'll run a qualifying heat race on Saturday night with a feature, lower pay. Then you'll come back Sunday. And I'll do like we always do, Doug. We'll invert the field for Sunday with the higher pay and on the flyer to come out. Beginner stocks will run both days. The trophy stocks, Rising Stars, Warriors will run full show on Saturday. Midwest, must-see racing, Midwest Lights will run a full show Saturday and Sunday. They'll run full shows both days. And on Sunday, the Ace Racing League will run a full show. And I know I probably missed something. So here's what I promise will happen tomorrow. 2 things by tomorrow afternoon.
What's that?
I shouldn't say I promise it because somebody's going to hold me to
Me.
it. We'll have a flyer that has everything running. No pictures, none of that. Ain't got enough room. Flyer, everything running. Oh, yeah. Saturday night, we'll have the non-winners race for the North Coast Stock Series, which just went up from what we had advertised, went up another $400. I don't know where that's going.
Wow.
So, ECO Mechanical donated $400 to that. I believe it was Ed. Thank you, ECO Mechanical. Next week, I have all the sponsors from North Coast Stock Series deal coming out because that's a big day for them. So I have flyers out for Saturday, the gate times, the prices. And I have another flyer out for Sunday with the gate times, prices, and for both gates. Tonight, late models, and man, we got a lot of divisions and a lot of big shows we're going to run both days here. But, the late models, Doug, haven't been to Sandusky. We were figuring it out. We were talking to Jimmy for a minute. And they haven't been to Sandusky since 2017. Main event, K&B Promotions, sold it in 18. We're under a 3-year non-compete, I believe. If we ran any late models, it had to be the main event series. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 5 years. It's been 5 years since the late model's been back. It's kind of a big deal, returning back to Sandusky. And I've known Jimmy Carter for a long time, been, watched him race many a time in Sandusky. We were just talking about back in the older days when the cavalcades were 3 days. There was 50, 60 late models, that would run, John Vallow and all them guys. St. Amant ran a couple of them. So we're going to talk Jimmy here in a few minutes when it gets on and get some input from him. And he's had a pretty storied career, and that's nothing against any other late model driver, that's coming up in that. It's just that I know Jimmy more than some of the others, so I reached out to him. I think it's going to be a great show, Doug, with late models coming back. Like I say, haven't been there with all the divisions we're running. I want to thank a lot of the guys that are coming up in the late models. It is Barberton Midvale rules, straight across the board, except the only exception from the rules in their rule package, you will be allowed to run a 2-way radio for the cavalcade both days. So 2-way radios will be allowed. So, and there he is, Jimmy Carter.
How you guys
Hey,
doing?
Jimmy. All right. How are you?
Good.
You're live, so
Since he was bringing up radios, we bring
yeah.
in.
So Jimmy had asked me offline, and I talked about this. I don't know if I put a post up. There's so much stuff going up on our Facebook page. The only deviation that we're going from Barberton Midville rules is you will be allowed to run a two-way radio for this race. So, Jimmy, we figured it out. It's been 5 years since the late models have been Sandusky. I believe 2017 was the last year that they did run. Your last one at Sandusky, I was just looking at the picture. It was October, what was it?
The 12th of 2014.
2014. Yes. Now, so that means you haven't been around Sandusky for 5-6 years too. You get around that track just as good as any other late model driver I've seen. What are you looking forward to coming into that weekend?
Just seeing everybody again, and I love that place. I've had some big wins there, and it's a fun racetrack, and all the people, Kevin, you guys, and it's always been fun to be there, close to home.
Didn't you race direct once there?
You want to talk about
that, Jimmy? I had to throw it in, man. But
I did one time, and I ran out the back door.
No, you've been. I asked you because it seems, late 80s, early 90s, as I jumped into this industry and turned 2 at Sandusky, and it seems like you're one of the names, along with the Sandquists and stuff, that is always when the late models come to Sandusky, bigger shows than that. We ran them weekly back then, but you're one of the names through the years I recognized. I know, give us a little bit of history of where you're coming from, your experiences, the biggest win and the lowest of lows for you.
I think my biggest win was probably the CRA race at Columbus, a template body, my only two starts ever being in a template car. And we went up there and, we beat some of the best. Eric Jones was there. And I think that was probably one of my best. And then going to Motordrome, getting invited to that, for that big race, they weren't happy with us the day we went there, and we won that. And then I'd have to say the main event, and my first main event career win ever was at Sandusky in like 2009 or something. So I'd say those were probably my 3 favoriteest ones.
What was your lowest point?
And like 2011, we bought a new car. Well, Curry got us a new car from Finish Line, and we ended up nicknaming that car Christine because every time, I never fell out of a race, but every week something happened to that car, and I was just ready to hang it up then. I was done. I never had engine problems, and the stupidest, like a bolt fell out of a carburetor there. It's something that you never ever imagined happened to me that year. I wanted to quit then.
Wow. I've known some guys that have had banner years. I mean, for 2-3 banner years, and then them gremlins hit them. And not you brought that up like in 2011. What the hell keeps you? You have a year where, like you say, there's nothing. You spend 50 hours on a car, 60 hours on a car during a week, go through every bolt, every nut. Okay, we're good. And you go out and something happens like that. What keeps you motivated in the off season to go into the next season?
Just to try to win. When I went to the racetrack, all I cared about was winning. I didn't care. I never went there to say, well, we'll make the show or finish second. I never had that attitude. And then I got to the point where in 11, I thought, man, maybe it's me. Maybe it's time to quit. And one guy come up to me and said, hey, maybe someone's telling you a message to give it up. And I was like, I can't give up on a losing. So I had to get back to. I wanted to quit as a winner.
And a lot of guys do, and I get that. And you know, this whole deal. How many times have you ran down? You ran down to Midville a couple times this year, Barberton.
Last year I ran. Last year I started getting back. Everybody started asking me to drive. Brian Short wanted me to drive his second car there, and we went down there. I think we won 5 out of 6 races, and we ran really good last year. And so I started getting the itch a little bit more about it. And everybody's like, "You gonna build a car?" I said, "No, I'm not doing that." And then Iceman, his owner John Rohr, great guy. They got a hold of me to kind of help out with that and drive that here and there. And I did it like 4 times, twice for him, and we had 1-1 there, and I kind of got a little bit impatient. I took the leader out, and then we went back and we crashed it really bad. So then Curry got a hold of me again with that Brian Ickerson, the 19 car. They asked me to drive it here and there for him, so I did it twice for him this year. And we led one for 40 some laps and lost the brakes and ended up second. And then the first time out, we had it overheated. So just 4 times this year, and that's it so far.
Well, you've always had good luck at Sandusky. I mean, there's, we're looking at, like I said, we're looking at 12, 13, 14 late models coming up, and I'm real happy about that. And I'm excited. I know there's some fans really excited. I know you got a pretty big following yourself coming back to Sandusky, and I'm happy that you're coming back, but I'm happy them other guys are coming back too. And I can tell you this right now, they got quite a good competition down there at Barberton and Midville with these late models. I mean, Mazzagotti's in it. I'm not sure. I heard rumor, but I don't think, somebody said Summers was talking, but I think he's out of it. I don't know his kids racing, but, you got Grubbs, you got, John Sandquist is coming up. I heard that. Johnny knows Sandusky just as good as anybody. And I honestly think that, we talked and, people talk all the time, and me and you talked about it last week. Well, do we announce Jimmy's coming, or do we, yeah. Drivers aren't going to stay home because, some might, but in my opinion, they're not true racers.
Yeah.
When you go to the racetrack, you go to win, and I don't think anybody under this rule package is coming saying, well, I'm running for second or third because Maz or John or Jimmy's there. And, I give these guys credit. I've been following them a little bit throughout the year down there, and your outlook on it is you don't go to a race to finish second or third. You go to a race to win.
Right.
And, and I think a lot of these other guys are the same way. But Jimmy, we really appreciate you coming on the show, and hope your fans are excited to come back to Sandusky, and it better be. I put it out there. I make a joke. Hell, Jimmy brings 50 to 100 fans, joking, but you do that. There's Sandquist fans. There's everybody's got their own fan group, and that's one thing I missed, about the main event when we used to run it at Sandusky is it's kind of strange that all these drivers got their followings. I mean, don't get me wrong, these other divisions, they do too, but they got more of a following, it seems, the late models, that they follow them around like you guys. Like I say, I'm joking. I'm making a joke, 50 to 100, but I bet I'm not far off that. 50 to 100 fans are going to come because of Jimmy Carter's name. And me, I've watched you race for years, so it's, different for me. I'm glad you're coming, but I'm glad everybody else coming too. But, I mean, to some of these fans, the excitement, I don't know what you hear. I'm sure you got your Facebook page lights up and stuff when, they said we're coming back to Sandusky. But some of these fans, it seems to me, there's added excitement to our cavalcade because we're having you guys back. Are you hearing anything like that?
I'm not good on Facebook. My son had to figure this out for me. So I don't know really. I get some messages, here and there. And yeah, I get more messages when I'm not racing, people's always, are you coming back? Are you coming back? And stuff like that. So I get all those. I haven't got nothing yet, but I'm sure I will, get some when it gets closer, or the names out there or people find out that I am racing. I hope I do. I hope I get more than 100 people.
What's the future looking like for you in 2023?
Well, I think I'm going to drive the Iceman's car next year for him and John, and do some late model shows, and then I might drive that Brian Erickson's car, that 19 car, at maybe some of the Plymouth races and stuff like that, the bigger shows they want to go to, and stuff like that. I am never. I'll drive that stuff, but I'm not going back in the garage and working out no more. I'm done with that.
Guys, so put the bag, jump in, and go.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
If that quits, if they quit calling me to drive it, I'm gonna just sit back and relax.
What, become a fan?
And I like still going to the races here and there, but I do not like going to the races if I'm not racing. I mean, I just I try to go, but then I start getting the itch.
It's an addiction. I tell people that. You know how many times I've quit?
Oh, I know.
Even on this side, I'm done. And then, I was there for a little bit, and then I went to a race. I went to a couple races. It's just bam, back in it, and it's an addiction. I try to tell people that aren't involved in racing, and that's a good point you're bringing out. If I'm not racing, I don't really want to go to the track because it's an addiction. It only takes one time. And then you're waking up in the middle of the night saying, if they'd have done this, or if they, what, and bam, you're sucked right back in. So, Jimmy, we appreciate your time on here. We thank you for coming on. We wish you luck and look forward to seeing you next weekend.
Hey, I'll see you guys. Thanks for having me, and I'll see you in here next week.
All right.
Thanks Jimmy.
A lot.
Thank you.
All right.
And Jesse made a comment. Jesse made a comment when we were talking about his 2011.
Yeah.
Jesse Carrillo's 2000, Jimmy Carter's 2011 is Jesse Carrillo's 2022. And Jesse, it'll get better. I mean, I give him credit. He shows up, and it's just been, I think he had 3 or 4 different cars here this year. Wow. It's been one gremlin after another. You can. Thing I like about Jesse, and I'll just say this straight out, I like all the guys until about 3 o'clock on Saturday, and then I don't like none of you.
You shut it off.
Yeah, I shut that off. But, you can see the frustration in his face when he's having problems. Like, what the hell am I doing?
Right.
I could be. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the night, Jesse's always got a smile on his face. And, we'll be back next week. We got to work on it, but I give him credit sticking it out. And, I seen him post that. It sounds like my year or something. But, it was, Jesse. Jimmy Carter's 2011 was your 2022.
But as you can hear, he stuck it out, and what was it? 2 years later, won the main event.
Yeah, so 3 years. 2014, he won a $10,000 check. So as next week comes, I'll talk a little bit about late models. But one of the things I want to showcase and get into and be on a few more minutes. Will Wiggins on. How you doing, Will? How Wheelman Series Facebook Lives at 8 o'clock. One of the things I do want to showcase is North Coast Stock Series, Doug. We had some sponsors step up. We're looking for, and we'll have it on a different night next year. We're looking for a night like we have Renegade Rumble. We have the Showdown in Sandtown for the North Coast Stock Series, and I will tell everybody the first race of the day will be the North Coast Stock Series. They're going to get introduced out of the tunnel, Doug. There's more money, and I can tell you right now, this series has been, it's been up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
So if we had every car that was there and didn't break, and on the same night, you're looking at 16, 17 cars, and but unfortunately, with the way things are, tires, parts, getting auto parts, the inflation economy, you're hit and skip. But It's an up and coming division. It's. I'll be blunt about this, Doug. For a couple of years, it was my biggest ass ache. With stuff going on. It was, but this year, I got to tell you guys, now that the season's over, it's actually been a pleasure with this group. I mean, you're always going to have some kind of turmoil hit, what have you. And so it's been a pleasure. So, this is going to evolve into something that we're going to do next year. Their special night, like the Renegade Rumble, Doug, and Showdown in Sandtown. But, I mean, when these guys come out of the tunnel and all the fans and everything, they deserve that. They've been there night after night for the last, 3-4 years, since 2019. And let's not get it wrong. I'll put credit where credit's due. And I said this a couple weeks ago. The North Coast Stock Series only exists because Wayne Sweeney and Tom Hardwick created Lake Erie Stock Series in 19, and that's when it come to us and everything. And after 19, track took over, and it's it's been growing. And so, but I want to thank all you guys out there in North Coast Stock Series. Don't say it too much, because come Saturday next week, Rich, I hate y'all. So I'll be cussing on you on the radio, I'm sure. But I like all the divisions, but we got an up-and-coming division, All-American Iron division. The rule package will come out right after Cavalcade. Rule package is done. Larry Justice, if you go over to his page, I believe they started an All-American Iron Facebook page. Good set of rules.
What is it? What page?
It's Larry Justice. Or I believe they started I believe they started an All-American Iron Facebook page. If they didn't, they're gonna in the process. Good deal. Go over and take $3,500. For $3,500, between that $3,000 and $4,000 range, you can get set up in a car with this rule package. And it's not only going to be a lot of the younger kids coming into this. There's going to be some older guys and everything driving in this, and it's something to look forward to. I look forward to it. I've had several conversations on the phone with Larry the last couple of days, and that I'm supposed to get back down there and go over some things. But we'll get into that once Cavalcade's over. But I just want everybody to go take a look on Larry Justice's face. Watch Larry get about 50 friend requests all of a sudden, but he's got the rule package up there. I'm not sure. They were talking about an All-American Iron Racing Facebook page. It should be up. If it's not up, it will be. And everything will be posted up on there. I honestly believe they're waiting until after Cavalcade to put all that up. But the rule package is out. He's showing everybody. I'm going to go over some things with them, and that'll be a great division. It's just going to add to our weekly shows with Beginner Stocks, Renegade Stock Series, North Coast Stock Series, and then that added in on our weekly shows. It's up. Larry said it's up.
Yeah. I just looked at it. Let me get this out to you guys. You guys did a good job.
Yeah, Larry, and that's Larry now. They worked hard on this. He's got sponsors for it, and once the Cavalcade's over, we'll go into detail on some stuff on that. So go take a look at it, though.
Yeah. We'll get you on, Larry, to talk about it here after.
After Cavalcade, we'll get you on the show. So the bar will be open Saturday night.
It will?
The bar will be open. Now, Friday night. Yes, it will.
Okay.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I got confirmation. Friday night, practice is from noon to dark. I've been talking to Will a lot, Doug, Will Wiggins. He's kind of, we've had a lot of other things we've been talking about, but we're looking at getting some kind of food truck in here, but it's party in the pits. We're going to have a DJ in the pits, outside in the pits. You're allowed to BYOB in the pit area. It's, our liquor license is for Saturday and Sunday, so we're good with that. Plus, it's outside the designated area, Doug. So it's, you want to bring Pepsi products to drink, fine. Budweiser products, I'm sure I'll have a few Budweiser products, but Saturday, it's good time. Sit around. The drivers, there's going to be a shitload of drivers there, trust me. There's going to be late model guys there, street stocks, North Coast stock, renegades, modifieds. These guys, I've been talking to a few of them about sticking around. Come on in, meet your driver. It's free. At 8 o'clock, we're opening the gates up. It's free. That's the best part. Everybody wants something for free, Doug.
Right.
So
there you got it.
There you got it. So, we'll open the gates up. You come in, meet your drivers and that. Music be playing. Time to relax before the storm.
And
Saturday.
Speaking of Will, they got big things coming up.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Good stuff. We'll be talking to him
Good
in the
stuff.
off season too.
So, and then, we will. And then when we get Saturday, get through everything, bar will be open, and most of that's Friday night. I might switch to Friday night, Doug. Saturday's normally my night. There will not be any Facebook Lives coming out of the bar this year with me.
You sure?
I hope not. So,
Other
than that, # Sandusky Speedway, I've been seeing people type it in. Party in the pits Friday, Ronnie.
We have
Party in the pits. 8 o'clock, gates will open up. Free admission. We'll have a DJ playing. Hopefully we get a food truck there. Some kind of food truck there. Music. Bring your own. Meet the drivers, on a relaxed setting. I know a lot of times when people go in the pits afterwards, they just got done racing. Sometimes it's not always the right time to walk up to a driver, but we figure Friday night, you come on out, meet them guys. They're more relaxed. Even if they're thrashing on a car, you can see what they're doing. And, if you want to ask, sometimes it's not advisable. It depends on what happened. If they torque the wall in practice, I would, hey, what are you doing? How'd you do that? But some we're going to try. We tried it in 2019. Unfortunately, it did rain. We're going to do it again in 20, but all the mandates that you all know and everything, we didn't think it was advisable. So we're going to open back up now and try this again this Friday. Oh, boy. No, we don't need none of that.
What's wrong? All-American apple pie.
All-American apple pie.
Right.
So, okay, tonight, Big D's Pizza, Clyde, Ohio. I want to thank Dean Henry. If you watch our C&D No Bull show on Sundays, we put up pictures of every food, all his food and stuff. I tell you what, you can't go wrong. If you're hungry and you live around this area or you live over towards the Clyde area, we highly suggest you support Dean at small business. We suggest support any small businesses, mom and pop stores. But Dean does a lot for us here every week, and we appreciate that, Dean. So tonight we'll give a large pizza away. Also, I'm pretty sure Kevin and him ain't watching, so I'm going to sneak in 2 tickets to Sunday. Last week we give 2 tickets Saturday. I want to give 2 tickets away to Sunday. Okay. Sunday Cavalcade, October 2nd.
Alrighty.
Last second. # Sandusky Speedway. All one.
All one word.
And all of a sudden Kevin's phone went off. Beep, beep. Mize is giving things away.
Somebody said giving away. It's like the little gremlins at Facebook.
Free.
Lights and sirens go off.
No kidding. Yeah, Kevin's got that dial and knocked me off, I bet. All right.
Ready?
All right, here we go for the free pizza. Big D's Pizza, Dean Henry, Clyde, Ohio. He's looking for a manager.
Manager. Never did find out if it was work from home or not.
Don wanted, I'll tell you what, between the Cathers and the Jedleys, I'm going to take them to Toledo with me sometime.
All right.
All right. 2 tickets to Sunday.
2 tickets Paradise. We're showing our age. The people are going, what are they talking about? Ron, hey, look at that.
You won 2 tickets, Ron. Roll them again.
You don't have to pay this week to get in.
Ron's like, great. I'll sit in the stands.
That's a lot of flag in 11 divisions.
Brandy. I don't know how to. Saganis. Is that it? Saganis? Brandy, you watching? Make sure. Saganis? Tell me if I'm wrong.
I think you're correct. But, yeah, you have to tell her how to do
you
Yeah.
You just rip my name apart. You wait till I get there. She's got kind of a mean look there. Maybe she's not. I don't know.
You got 1 pizza. Not 2.
No, I believe Amy won. Didn't she, Don? You got 1 pizza. Don, you won 1. Amy won a week ago or something. Pretty sure.
So, we need to tell Brandy how to get her tickets.
Brandy, message Facebook page, Sandusky Speedway, and I'm waiting for you on Sunday.
Right.
Correct. Saganis. There you go.
All right.
So she won't come looking for me. That ain't how you say my name.
Oh,
say my name.
Right. That's right. We did do that.
Yeah. Okay. That means Don did. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. You did too.
We can't remember that far back.
Yeah, that was only Thursday too. Imagine that.
Oh, Aiden. Aiden Thacker.
Oh, no shit. There you go. I didn't know. I I'm not around the go-karts like I should. If you walked up and said, hey, I would know who you were,
Right.
But I tell you what, we threw him. I shouldn't say we. Kevin threw him in the 39 beginner stock Renegade. We put him out and let him race.
When was that?
We give him some hot laps, September 10th. And I gotta, I'm gonna tell you something. Good thing you said that, because I don't think I talked about it last Thursday. And straight out of the go-karts, never been in a car, Doug. On the big track.
How old is he?
13, I think.
13, yeah, okay. 12,
13 years old. I don't know. Randy, let me know. I think he's 12. Yeah, there he is, working on a 39 car in the garage. I think he's 13. I'm not sure, but
okay.
We let him go out and hot lap by himself, and 13. There you go. He was going pretty fast, Doug, and he spun out in 3 and 4. I'm telling you, okay, here we go. Jared, we'll see where the bear sheds here. In the woods. Nope, he was right back on it, and I'm telling you. He ran in a beginner stock, then we let him go up. And unfortunately, he had nowhere to go. Coming out of 2 is real early in the Renegade race, and I think he set a loaded wall. I mean, first night out, he got that out of the way. But I'm going to tell you guys out there, and I ain't saying it because she won either, or she's on. This is a kid you all need to watch coming up through. We've been getting quite a few of them coming in. Clay's one of them.
Yeah.
Through the years in this beginner stock, there's people you got to watch, and I'm going to tell you guys, that's a name through the years. If he sticks with it, you're going to hear a lot. You're going to hear a lot of, and it's going to be up in the front. I mean, the kid's got raw talent that he don't even know he has yet, because you watch kids go out there first time, Doug, and they spin out. And then they're a little timid.
Right.
Not in the slightest bit. He was moving up towards the wall and stuff. He wasn't, you watch them, they're 15 feet of the wall and think they're 6 inches. He's moving up. And I attribute that to the go-kart racing and quarter midget racing, with the experience on that. But I'm glad she said that, because I wanted to say something Thursday and forgot. So it's pretty, yes, he is. He is, Larry. So. All right. Other than that, you got anything, Doug?
No. Are you going to go over all Facebook lives?
Yeah, I'm going to right now.
All right.
Stay on here at 8 o'clock. You have the Ohio Wheelman Series, Facebook Live with Will Wiggins coming on. Some big things going to be coming out here in another month or so. Great group. We support Will 100%. With or against us is the motto. So that's the way it is. Tomorrow night, Thursday night, Hammer Down Racing Report at 7. Scott Hammer, Ron Miller. You guys will cover tricycle racing all the way up to NASCAR and everything in between. And they're dirt racers. They race at Oakshade Speedway and the Hangover they run. But right after that, 8 o'clock, Rick Young normally comes on down at Shady Bull Speedway. Good friends of ours at Sandusky Speedway. And Sunday night, C&D No Bull Show. You can find us on Facebook, C&D No Bull Show.
At 7:55 and 8.
Yeah, at 7:55, and we'll get booted off for our opener and be back on about 8:03. So look it up.
After they contact, what's his name?
Agnes Young.
Yeah,
Agnes Young.
After they contact him, which doesn't take them long.
No, 8 o'clock we normally get the okay. But if you got feelings or you get offended easy, I highly suggest you don't watch. It is a political show, and we'll come out with what is going on in the world. So it starts at 7:55, and then again after Facebook boots us, we'll be back on about 8:03. So for our opener, and other than that, yes sir, on the C&D No Bull Show, Dean Henry, Big D's Pizza gives away, and that's what I mean. Support your mom and pop stores. Dean. Other places like that, great food over there, but he gives pizza away on our show here, a few others. So I get offended easy. Yeah, you would quit watching if you did. But
right.
Other than that, Fremont Speedway Dirt. Yeah, you know what, John? I'll tell you what, send me a private message, and when we go on the week after Cavalcade, we'll talk a little bit about that. I'll bring it up to me. I'll bring it up again next week. So there you go, championship night.
Who's it?
Yes, sir.
Well, who's in the mix for that? We should have had him come on.
Will's going, damn it, Doug. I got 15 minutes to prepare. What are you asking me stupid questions for? He's going to get on the Wheelman show.
And he's taping up.
What's wrong, Will?
I guess you could.
Assholes asked me a question. Earl Goldie has it locked up. Congratulations, Earl Goldie.
Good deal.
So, he's been on fire all year. I'm telling you what, he's been on fire. And so we congratulate him. So, other than that, I'm good, Doug. How about you?
I think we did it.
We good?
I think we are.
All right, make sure you stay on for another 15 minutes, switch over, go over to the Ohio Wheelman Series. It'll be live at 8. Other than that, God bless all you and God bless America. Thank you.
See you.
Thank you.